You know that friend who always cancels plans at the last minute? The one who is sick again, tired again, or maybe just says, let's do it next time. That friend isn't avoiding you. They are protecting something very valuable. If you are someone who genuinely gets more excited about a Friday night in pajamas than a Friday night out, then welcome home. You are about to feel very seen and very understood today. We are breaking down the deep psychology of people who love staying at home. This is the lifestyle that society often calls boring, but science calls it something entirely different. In a world that never stops talking, your silence is not a void, it is a sanctuary. Here's the fundamental thing you need to understand about your energy. Extroverts recharge by being around people because their energy comes from the noise and the movement. But for you, every social interaction, even the fun ones, slowly drains your internal battery. Home is the only charger that actually works for your specific nervous system. Psychologists call this the optimal arousal theory. Some people need more stimulation to feel alive, but others, like you, need much less to feel their best. It is not laziness, and it is certainly not fear. It is simply how your brain is wired for depth over noise. You are not broken, you are just optimized for a different kind of frequency. But there's much more going on here than just being an introvert. Some people love staying home because their environment gives them a sense of control they cannot find anywhere else. Out there, the world is unpredictable and loud. You deal with loud strangers, last-minute changes, and small talk with people who don't really care about the answer. But at home, you control the lighting, the noise, and the entire vibe of your existence. For people with high sensitivity, that control is not a luxury, it is a means of survival. Studies show that people who enjoy solitude tend to be more creative and better at problem solving. Staying home is not doing nothing. It is actually where the best ideas are born. Great thoughts don't usually happen in a crowded bar. They happen in a quiet corner with a book. Society romanticizes the hustle and being out there all the time. But what if your best life is just some soup, a documentary, and zero obligations? That is not a sad life. That is a life of deep self-awareness. Now, we must be honest because some people stay home for darker reasons. Social anxiety and past trauma can sometimes make your home feel like a cage instead of a refuge. It is important to ask yourself, do you stay home because it fills you up or because leaving feels too heavy? One of these is peace, and the other is just hiding. For those who truly love their own company, you are not missing out on anything. You find joy in the small rituals that most people rush right past. You love the morning coffee routine and the way the light hits your favorite chair at sunset. This is called having a low stimulation preference. You don't need the world to entertain you because your inner world is already rich enough. If you turn down invitations without feeling guilty, you have mastered a very rare skill. You have unlocked a level of freedom that most people spend their whole lives looking for. You choose peace over performance every single time. You're choosing the truth of who you are over the myth of who you should be. The world tells you to be busy, but your soul tells you to be still. Listen to your soul. Your home is not just four walls. It is the physical manifestation of your mental peace. When you close that front door, you are not shutting the world out. You are letting yourself back in. This is the power of the solo Saturday. It is the radical act of choosing yourself in a world that wants you to choose everyone else. I want you to stop apologizing for your need for quiet. Your silence is a gift you give to yourself. It is the space where you finally get to hear your own voice. In the next few minutes, we will look at how to deepen this practice of being home. We will explore the science of how your brain heals when it is not being watched. We will look at the data that proves staying in is the new ultimate status symbol. Because being able to be alone without being lonely is a true superpower. It means you are no longer a slave to the validation of others. You are the king or queen of your own private empire. And that empire is built on a foundation of comfort, safety, and deep, meaningful rest. So, the next time someone calls you a homebody, take it as a compliment. It means you have found the one place where you can truly be yourself. And that, my friend, is the greatest success of all. Let's dive deeper into the specific ways your brain changes when you embrace the quiet. Did you know that your prefrontal cortex actually functions better in low noise environments? When you are at home, your brain can finally stop scanning for social threats. This allows your nervous system to move from fight or flight into rest and digest. This shift is where real physical healing happens. Your cortisol levels drop and your focus sharpens. This is why you often have your aha moments while doing the dishes or staring out the window. Your brain is finally free to make connections it was too busy to see before. This is not a waste of time. It is a vital investment in your cognitive health. Many of the world's greatest thinkers were notorious homebodies. They knew that to produce something of value for the world, they had to step away from it. They chose the depth of their own minds over the shallow distractions of the crowd. And you are doing the same thing. You are prioritizing quality over quantity in your experiences. You would rather have one deep conversation with yourself than 100 empty ones with strangers. That is a sign of high emotional intelligence. It shows that you are comfortable with who you are when no one is watching. Most people are terrified of that silence. They fill every second with noise because they are afraid of what they might hear if it's quiet. But you welcome the silence. You know that silence is where the truth lives. It is where your dreams start to take shape. It is where you find the strength to face the world on your own terms. So, don't let anyone tell you that you are missing out. You're not missing out on life. You're experiencing it at a deeper level. You are living a life of intention, not a life of obligation. And that is something to be incredibly proud of. As we continue, we will talk about how to set boundaries with the out there world. We will learn how to say no with grace and without an explanation, because your time is your most precious resource, and you have every right to spend it exactly where you feel most alive. Even if that place is right there on your own couch, you are the architect of your own happiness, and your home is the masterpiece you are constantly creating. Let's explore how to make that masterpiece even more powerful. One of the biggest hurdles we face is the cultural pressure to be busy. In America and Europe, busyness is often seen as a badge of honor. If you aren't doing something, people assume something is wrong. But this is a collective myth that we need to deconstruct. True productivity isn't about how many events you attend. It is about the clarity of your thought and the peace of your heart. When you stay home, you are practicing a form of radical rest. You're telling the world that your worth is not tied to your social calendar. This is a very threatening idea to a consumer culture that wants you always out and always buying. By staying in, you are reclaiming your power. You are deciding that enough is a place you can actually reach. You don't need the next party, the next drink, or the next crowd to feel whole. You are already whole right where you are. This realization is the doorway to true independence. It allows you to build a life that is sustainable and deeply fulfilling. Think about the physical space of your home for a moment. Is it organized to help you breathe, or is it filled with the clutter of other people's expectations? Your environment is an extension of your mind. When you clear your space, you clear your head. This is why many people who love staying home are also very intentional about their surroundings. They understand that every object in their home has an energy. They surround themselves with things that spark memory, comfort, and joy. This is the data-driven approach to happiness. You are curating a sensory experience that optimizes your well-being. This is far from being boring. It is actually a very sophisticated way to live. You are becoming a specialist in the art of living well. And the best part is, you don't need anyone's permission to do it. You are the CEO of your private life. As we move toward the conclusion of our time together, I want you to feel a sense of liberation. I want you to feel the weight of social expectation falling off your shoulders. You are free to be the homebody you are meant to be. You are free to find your greatest adventures inside your own mind. You are free to be still. This is not a retreat from life. It is a deeper immersion into it. It is the awakening of your true self. Let's talk about the specific techniques for saying no without the sorry. When you apologize for staying home, you're implicitly saying that you're doing something wrong, but you aren't. Instead of saying, "I'm sorry, I can't make it," try saying, "That sounds wonderful, but I'm honoring my need for a quiet night in. You don't need a reason like being sick or having work. Your need for rest is a reason all on its own. When you speak with this kind of clarity, people actually respect you more. They see that you have boundaries. They see that you value your own time. And ironically, this makes the time you do spend with them much more valuable. When you show up, you're showing up because you want to be there, not because you have to be. That changes the entire energy of your relationships. You move from being a people pleaser to a purpose seeker. You are no longer performing for an audience. You are living for yourself. This is the ultimate exit from the social rat race. It is the path to a sustainable, peaceful, and deeply meaningful existence. I want you to look at your calendar for the next week. Find one evening that you can claim entirely for yourself. No plans, no screens, no distractions. Just you and your sanctuary. See what happens in that space. See what thoughts come to the surface. See how your body starts to relax when it knows no one is coming over. That feeling of profound relief is your soul saying thank you. That is the sound of your internal battery finally finding its charger. Hold on to that feeling. Protect it fiercely. Because in a world that is constantly trying to pull you away from yourself, staying home is the ultimate act of self-love. You are your own best friend. You are your own greatest hero. And your home is where your story truly unfolds. Think about the sensory details of your home, the texture of your blanket, the scent of your favorite candle, the silence of the night. These are not small things. They are the anchors of your sanity. Most people spend their lives running away from themselves. They seek distraction because they cannot stand the sound of their own thoughts. But you have made peace with the person in the mirror. You have created a world where you are enough. This is a rare and beautiful thing. It is a testament to your emotional strength. So, the next time someone asks why you didn't go out, don't feel the need to explain. Just smile and know that you were exactly where you wanted to be. You were home, and home is where the heart heals. Let's talk about the biological necessity of downtime. Your brain is not a machine that can run at 100% all the time. It needs periods of default mode processing. This is when your brain organizes your memories and integrates your learning. When you're always on, you never give your brain the chance to do this critical work. Staying home is the only way to ensure your mind stays sharp and healthy. It is the ultimate cognitive enhancement, and it's free. It's available to you every single night. All you have to do is say no to the noise and yes to the quiet. This is the secret that successful people don't often share. They know that their best work comes from the quiet moments. They know that their resilience is built in the stillness. And now you know it too. You are part of a quiet revolution. A revolution of people who are reclaiming their time and their energy. A revolution of people who are choosing depth over speed. And you are leading the way by just being yourself. So tonight, when you turn off the lights and settle into your space, take a deep breath. Feel the peace that you have created. Know that you are safe, you are whole, and you are exactly where you belong. This is your life, and it is beautiful. As we reach the final part of our journey today, I want to leave you with one thought. Your home is not just a place where you sleep. It is the place where you become who you are. Every hour you spend in quiet reflection adds a layer of depth to your character. Every solo Saturday makes you more resilient to the pressures of the world. You are building a foundation that cannot be shaken. You are creating a life that is truly your own. And that is the most powerful thing you can ever do. So, embrace the pajamas. Enjoy the documentary. Savor the silence. You have earned this peace, and you deserve every second of it. I hope this exploration of the homebody psychology has made you feel empowered. I hope it has given you the language to defend your boundaries. And most of all, I hope it has made you fall in love with your own company all over again. The world will always be there waiting for you. But tonight, the only thing that matters is the peace inside these walls. Thank you for joining me. I will see you in the next quiet moment. Until then, stay home, stay deep, and stay true to yourself. You are exactly who you are supposed to be, and your home is waiting for you. Good night, and find your peace. Science tells us that solitude is the furnace where identity is forged. When you're constantly around others, you're constantly adapting. You mirror their expressions, you adopt their opinions, you lose the edges of yourself. But at home, the mirror is clear. You get to see who you are when there is no one to impress. This is why homebodies often have such a strong sense of self. They aren't easily swayed by trends or social pressure. They have spent enough time in their own heads to know what they truly value. This internal clarity is a massive competitive advantage in life. It allows you to make decisions faster and with more confidence. It makes you a better leader and a better partner because you aren't looking for someone else to complete you. You are already complete. You are just looking for someone to share your completeness with. This is the hidden power of staying home. It is not a retreat from the world. It is a preparation for it. You are sharpening your mind and strengthening your heart for the battles that matter, and you are doing it in the comfort of your own sanctuary. So, never feel bad about choosing your couch over the club. You aren't missing out on the party. You are building the person you were always meant to be. The world is loud enough as it is. Be the one who brings the quiet. Be the one who brings the depth. Be the homebody who changes the world from the inside out. Your silence is your strength. Your home is your kingdom. And you are exactly where you belong. Take another deep breath. Let the stillness settle into your bones. You're safe here. You're understood here. And you are loved here. This is the beauty of the solo Saturday. This is the beauty of you. Good night once more, and sleep in the peace you have so carefully built. Your journey is just beginning. And the best parts happen when it's quiet. Believe in your quiet. Believe in yourself. And always remember that coming home is the best part of any journey. The end of the day is just the beginning of your peace. Cherish it, protect it, and live it fully. You are a master of your own space, and that is a beautiful thing. Goodbye for now, and enjoy your sanctuary.